Welcome in, everybody. I'm Joey. I've been doing some S-Class races this week, and this one in particular was absolutely fantastic until your typical Forza driver decided to projectile shat, basically, all over the clean driving. I think that's a pretty fair way to put it. So into turn one, moving to the inside, because if you're on the outside, chances are you get shoved farther to the outside, kind of like those guys behind us. But for the most part, it was pretty clean. You always love to see it. Respect shown to fellow drivers. Can't say that all that often. It's a rarity, and honestly, whoever designed this track in that first corner probably worships the devil, because it is hell most of the time. It's just such a ridiculous angle that throws everybody off, at least on Forza, it seems. But we've jumped up from 11th to 5th, a very good start. We're chasing this F1 down the parabolic. He's gone side by side with the BBLM. They're making some contact, showing each other some love into the hairpin. It is a collection of cars. Everyone and their mother went deep. I couldn't find a lane to turn in, and what do you know, I've lost a couple of spots for it. Having to peek up the inside of the Cadillac and hanging around as we break into turn 8. A couple of guys, there's that Ferrari and F1 going deep. They're going to try to rejoin the track, and the poor Cadillac. As per usual, the innocent bystander gets absolutely fucking railed, but for us, we're already up into the top 3. And we haven't even finished lap 1. Let's go. First and second, though, have built up a almost 4-second gap. Only a couple of tenths separate them, though. So the hope is they'll start trading some paint in the heat of battle and give some time back for me to get up there. I've got the car to make it happen. This is the Mercedes AMG GT R. But there's a space between the T and the R. So you got to make sure to enunciate it when you say it. GT R. But this is one of the most well-rounded cars in the class. It does everything well, nothing particularly great, but it's the jack of all trades and basically the hometown hero of Hockenheim. So if there is home field advantage in Forza, I'm hoping I've got it here. That's lap 1 complete. We've skipped to about halfway through lap 2, and I've cut the time down to the leaders by about 2 seconds, and the Ferrari all of a sudden loses the back end, maybe got physical with first place, or suddenly decided to try to taste the concrete. I don't know, didn't get a good look at it, but he's in the wall. I'm up in the second place, and a lap later, got right onto the back of first place, ready to make a move, try to get the lead here. Fernando is driving the Lolo, which he's taken wide. I'll try to get up the left side, not really there. I'll back out because I've gone through that corkscrew or chicane plenty of times side by side and come out with a penalty, so I'll happily let him through knowing he's already got a second. I've got no penalty time. Third and fourth have about 2.5 seconds, so that's going to be tough for them. And what do you know? I'm right back with them. Not going to try it around the outside. I think he's got the better handling, so I'll try for the cutback instead. End up running into the back of him, slowing down a bit. That's not going to work either. As we head down into turn 2, breaking smack dab in the middle of the first and second whiteboard on the left. Alonso goes a little deep. I'll pull up to him, but won't fight it too hard because I just want the slipstream down this straight and hopefully try to build up that gap to third place because he's just about within slipstream range at that 1 second mark. My goal is to not make this a 3 or 4-way battle for first place, but it could very well end up that way depending on how things go. Into the hairpin for the 4th time, spotting the braking point nice, staying very close to Fernando, sticking in that slipstream, and third and fourth still out of it. Good news. The high-speed right-hander coming up. I start to turn into this one right after that blue and white checkered curb starts on the left side. The Lola has got it all wrong. He's all over the curb. He kept it together, though. We do lose a bit of time from that, and our friends behind are closing in. The nightmare is starting to come true. First through fourth, all within a second of each other. I am in one of the better situations, though. No penalty time. Everyone else has at least a second or two. Almost dipping into the sand there. Well, actually did dip into the sand. The guy behind in the Ferrari, I think it was fully in the sand. A tap from the Porsche into the hairpin. He'll get through easily, although not too kindly. That bastard. I'll just have to start the final lap on the back foot, I guess. The good news is, of course, it's going to be a 3-way battle for first, not 4. We've all got a spot on the podium locked up. It's just who stands taller that will be decided on this lap. Or maybe someone will decide it for us. For now, I need to wipe the sweat off my moist, try-hard palms, focus up, make sure I don't start fading away from the guys up ahead. And with that, a bit of good fortune pops up. They both go deep, and that gap closes again. That'll hurt their speed as we come out of turn 4 and head onto the Parabolica for the last time. Firmly in that slipstream, not losing too much ground, although I do know from the past laps they do have the top speed advantage on me. With all the draft I'm getting, I'll need to adjust my braking point, so braking just before that first board into the hairpin. Oh my Forza gods. They got fucked. Look at the devastation. The Lola took a little hit there for sure, but the Porsche took 200 miles an hour directly to the side of the face. I think we have to bring it back.
Look at Randy Orton slithering.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out! Here's the cover.
My jaw was on the floor. I wet my pants. I did not see that guy coming. I don't think those two, rest in peace, saw it coming either. Apparently one of them needed a second hit to be put out of their misery based on what the mini-map is telling me. A couple of those dots were a little off the track. But now, instead of a close ending, we've got a comfortable finish, which is a huge bummer because it would have been an awesome ending. We were all very close together. Through this twisty section to end it all, I would have closed that gap and gotten close to him, or could have. It's not for sure. I do suck at this game. Let's let that be known. I might not have closed the gap, but it could have been close. So that sucks hairy balls. But as I was coming around the last couple of corners, I was just thinking, what caused this guy to go full ballistic missile mode? Was he just trying to be a douche, or was there something behind it, I guess? And then I remembered there was that red Ferrari that spun out on lap 2, I think it was. He was probably getting some last lap revenge. So crossed the line, got the win, yay, had the shoey, and went straight to the replay. Here's what I found out. So the Ferrari starts on pole, and everything is jolly good until we get to the Parabolica. The Lola's winning the drag race, but things get chippy when he moves across in the braking zone, pushes the Ferrari onto the grass, and then the Ferrari's got no choice but to go deep there. So understandably, pretty pissed off about that, but that's where that ended, at least for that lap. Here's lap 2, a tap from behind from the Lola, and here we go back out onto the Parabolica. This is apparently where everything goes down, and thank God for replays finally working, because I was far too behind to see anything that was going on up here. So thank goodness they got him working finally. But there were a couple more taps from the Lola earlier on, so this time the Ferrari's going to try to pit maneuver him and then just kind of aggressively pin him out wide, then cut the corner and hop back on the straight. Coming up is where we saw the Ferrari eating concrete, so something definitely happens here. The Lola on the inside, Ferrari tries to close the door, gets tapped wide, goes for the pit maneuver a second time, eats concrete. Yep, I would be baking at 350, fuming, not a happy camper. Next, I tried to figure out why he targeted the Porsche, because that seemed to be the main target, but this guy actually wasn't racing with the Porsche all that much. These were the only two interactions they had, and here, there was a little tap, but that's not on the Porsche at all. He held his line, didn't swerve at all. So, as far as I can tell, the Porsche wasn't supposed to be there. He was an unnecessary casualty of the nuke that went off in the hairpin. This, I'm sure, was the cherry on top for him, what pushed him past that boiling point, got him really pissed off, going off track into the sand. He lost a few seconds for sure, which led to the ballistic missile strike from a few hundred yards back. Here it is from his perspective. Never lifting, full throttle the whole time, aims and fires. Crazy. Now knowing the Porsche did nothing wrong though, it was kind of a garbage ramp. He nearly missed the Lola, which is probably why he needed to do it a second time to seal the deal. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Just wanted to show you this crazy race that I was so fortunately a part of. But if you enjoyed, do all the stuff the YouTubers tell you to do at the ends of videos, and I will talk to you soon. Alrighty, bye everybody.